Hi, everyone, and welcome to IDW's Creator Spotlight. I'm writer Sam Maggs, and today I have the honor of speaking with the great Brian Ruckley about Transformers War's End. Brian, thank you so much for being here today. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me.
Anytime. Thrilled to talk to you about Transformers. What can you tell us about War's End?
I can tell you it's 4 issues. It runs alongside the main Transformers series that I've been writing since 2019, I think. And it's picking up on and resolving some of the threads that have been running through the main series all the way along, really. So, well, just some of them just about since it started all that time ago. But it's its own story. So it's kind of, if you imagine the Transformers universe has been this river sort of flowing in a direction, and just for the next few months, it's going to split into 2 streams that run beside each other and then come back together again after the end of War's End.
What can you tell us about Exarchon and maybe some of his motivations?
So he's the dude who, kind of the conceit of the whole series in a way has been that there was a big war on Cybertron a long time ago, and it was triggered by this guy Exarchon, who was a transformer who went off into space exploring. Something happened to him out there and he came back changed and, a bit mad, really. And he tried to basically take over Cybertron back in the day and was defeated. Exactly why he was trying to take over Cybertron, it's fairly obvious, I think, in various things that have shown up in the series, that somebody or something got hold of him out there in the vast mysterious regions of space and sent him back to do a job on Cybertron, basically. And this is War's End. Is you kind of get to see not necessarily every answer, but it's spelled out a bit more what happened to him and exactly what his nature is after he was sent back. And actually, the slight spoiler, but not really, the structural thing in War's End is Exarchon's back, and he's now going to try and implement what was always his kind of last resort in the previous war, but he was defeated before he got a chance to implement it. So now he's going to have another go at actually wrapping up what to him was a very unsatisfactory end to that war the first time around. So he's going to go all out to try and change that outcome.
I love a good space mystery. Can you tell us, are you bringing in any other characters from the mainline series, like maybe some Autobots?
Oh, a ton of them, yeah. No, when you're writing this kind of stuff, you're in the privileged position of getting to pick and choose and play favorites and all that sort of thing. So there's actually a whole bunch of people who, as I say, are kind of peeling off from the main series for this period of issues. And War's End is all about basically them in one continuous, quite compressed, action-heavy story. So it's pulling in, particularly from the Autobot side, it's pulling in Pyra Magna and a lot of her followers, like Jumpstream and Sunstreaker and stuff, who are some of my favorites. But it's also got quite a few of my favorite Decepticons in it as well, to be honest, because I thought I might as well throw everything at it. And it's got some nice, slightly obscure, not obscure, that's the wrong word. It's got some characters who've kind of been bimbling around the edges of the main story for quite a while.
Some deep cuts.
Well, it's people like Landmine and Giamotus, who I've been, having some fun with here and there in the main series. And War's End is where some characters like that get to come in and actually be the center of attention, which is always nice.
I really love that. You mentioned getting to play favorites and bringing in some of your favorite Transformers. What else are you really excited about War's End?
Well, I think it's a bit of fun is one big thing, because it is kind of an ending. You know, it's in the title. It's War's End. It's the ending of a load of stuff that I've been seeding and gradually building up to in the main series, and it's no surprise I came up with him. I quite like the conceit of Exarchon, whose big deal is that he can split his spark and take over the sparks of other Transformers. So he can have more than one body on the go at the moment. And it's just fun for a writer to get to actually play that out to a logical conclusion on a slightly strange planet like Cybertron, where the idea of a spark or an all spark even is quite a big deal. But it's also, I actually get to finish some certain characters who I've been on this journey with for quite a while now get to have the culmination of their character arcs actually in this series. So people like Landmine and Giamotto's Cyclonus, who's one of my favorite characters. War's End is actually where his whole character arc has been going since he first appeared sort of 2-3 years ago in the main series. And it's always good from a writer's point of view to actually get, you get to deliver characters to where you always hoped they would end up, but because you never know if you're actually going to get there or manage to close it out for the characters. So it's nice to bring someone like Cyclonus home, because I'm quite attached to him.
That's really satisfying for both creators and for fans and readers, because people have been paying attention the whole time. They get these very satisfying conclusions, which is amazing.
Touch wood.
Touch wood. I know you're going to do a great job. I mean, that is a huge reason alone to pick up this book, but what other reasons would you give fans to pick up War's End?
Well, it's got a lot of, it's basically one long fight, an action scene that pulls in quite a lot of, I'm just trying to be a bit careful because I don't want to do the spoiler thing too much or anything like that. But there are things that have happened both throughout my main series. There's also stuff from some of the other companion series that actually comes in now to the main series, and it all gets quite spectacular and dramatic, and it is going to, again, touch wood, as long as the schedules all work and everything, it's all going to fit very neatly back into the main series. And although War's End resolves a whole lot of stuff, it actually directly will change or affect what happens in the main series immediately following from it as well. So hopefully it's a nice little exciting and fun diversion, but it's still quite significant in terms of where this whole story is going.
Brian, thank you so much for chatting with us today about Transformers War's End. You can pick up issue 1 in stores on February 23rd. It's right around the corner, so don't forget to pick up the first issue. And thank you so much for joining us for another IDW Creator Spotlight.